Chapter 5. Alienating your own business. I suppose you are kind of wondering, what do I mean about alienating your own business? This is kind of going to be a little biased opinion that I'm going to have. Some may not agree with what I'm going to say. But when you see success in the music industry with a team that you've been working with forever and the success come, that's not the time that you take any type of success, any type of new budget, and throw the budget away to people that you didn't build with. It really doesn't make good business sense. And there's several reasons why. Investing money and spending your budget with people that you really don't have a relationship with is putting you at a risk of low return. It's putting you at a risk of low effort, because that person is not going to care whether you succeed or fail. The most common thing I see is when a producer and an artist team together and they find success, and the artist run off and spend his entire budget and pay a person that he has no relationship with 10 times the money that he would pay the person that he got his success with. That's what I call a very bad business decision, and also a very poor investment. The money that you're spending outside of your circle is not really benefiting you. If your producer that you work with, that you have the relationship with, is receiving that money from the budget, then they are able to take money and get better equipment, more software, and improve on the music going forward with you. But you can kill that whole situation by not reinvesting in the things that put you where you are. That's why I call this chapter Alienating Your Own Business. You're really killing it by not paying attention to what you're doing. We all have life goals. We all are fans of different people. We all have wish lists. We're human, so we're supposed to have that. But when you're doing business, you have to think with a business mind, not with the mind of a person that's a fan of somebody else. And look at the logic of what you are doing. Because in fact, when you spend your dollars outside of the studio that help you get your success, you are killing your own company. You're killing your own relationships because you are not reinvesting into them. And that's catastrophic. That's alienating. That's interfering in your own success. That's lowering your success rate. And people don't get that until it's too late. There should be no reason that an individual would want to pay somebody outside of their own camp before they pay the person that's been rocking with them from the beginning. That's one of the dumbest decisions that can be made. You have to look at your business structure and your business relationships before you decide to spend money that you are going to have to recoup back. When there's no real relationships, there's no compromising when you lose. When you're dealing with people that are part of your success, then you have to be mindful enough to understand you can't keep them at the same pay rate that they were at when y'all first started. That's just not ethical. Even when you work a 9 to 5 job like 7-Eleven or work at a Quick Trip gas station, whatever it is, when you get to a certain level, your pay grade increases. No one can expect somebody to continue to work their heart out and be dedicated and not have an increase when success hits. I just can't even begin to understand how any individual can see success, get a pay raise, or come into a larger budget and take a producer, a songwriter, an engineer, and not think that they deserve a pay raise because of the success that they were a part of. That's called reinvesting into your own business, reinvesting into your own circle. I remember this one occasion I was in the studio with Baby from Cash Money and the whole crew. Lil Wayne was there, Manny Fresh was there, everybody was there. And when they walked into the studio, I was making a track. And when they heard it, everybody was dancing and nodding their head and they was excited about the track. When I cut the track off, Baby stood up in the studio and said, well, we brought our own people. We're going to have our own people make the track. That's what we're going to rap on. I instantly got upset when he said it. And right before he said that, he had gave me one of their CDs. I went in the next room and I threw it in the trash. And I never forget he and I talking after that session. And he told me, he said, look, bro, the track you did is hot. But I got to look after my own people. It's no disrespect to you. But I got to make sure that my people are eating and they are in position every time I step out. And I understood then exactly what he was saying. He didn't want to use anybody outside of his circle because he wanted to keep all the money and all the success in his own circle and not outside of it. He did not accept alienating his own business for any circumstances ahead of him. And people do not understand the importance of this until their career reaches its peak and they find out that the only relationships that they had with the people outside of their circles were monetizing situations. That producer that you paid $15,000, $20,000 for a track is no longer answering his phone. Or that individual that you paid $15,000 to write a hook that doesn't know you from Adam is not picking up his phone. He's not answering the text messages anymore. You're not priority to the A&R that was working your project. Nobody's calling out any favors. All the money spent, success is not what they thought it was going to be. Now you back to square one. But in fact, if you had kept the money in your own circle, you could have empowered somebody else to open other doors while you were standing in the one that you were established in. But when you don't reinvest into your own circle and spend money with your own people that are responsible for your success, you are begging to fail. Getting caught up into childish wish lists is not really doing business. Practicality and being aware that you can build with the person that you started with is the most empowering thing that you can do. Also gives you room to negotiate other deals with that individual that you are working with and that you are investing into and that you are giving money to and that you are giving raises on their rates to. That's allowing you to be in position to negotiate other deals with them. But when you alienate them, it becomes personal to them. It becomes bad business. Your creative relationship is ruined. And you are compromising your success at one of the worst rates ever in life. That's why we have to be very careful who we do business with. As soon as you get a budget, that doesn't mean go get the superstar guy that you was a fan of and throw money at him. That's not a plan to succeed at all. So we have to be careful when we are put in position that we don't alienate our own business and cause our foundation to crumble, and everything that you worked so hard for is gone because you made a decision to invest into somebody that's not investing in you.